What's up guys, it's Messed Up Swede. Right now I'm checking out the video about Central C versus Digga D. Daylight shooting and brutal stabbing. Yeah, I guess I've heard like stuff about this, but I haven't really seen what happened between them really. So yeah man, I guess I'll see in this video. But yeah, go check out the channel of this guy, Trap Plug, and go like the video man. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on my video as well, man. Let's get into this one, man.
In the music industry, beef is nearly impossible to avoid, as it's become deeply ingrained in the culture and narrative of the industry. It's become a constant source of intrigue for fans and the media alike.
So it's an American, I'm guessing.
Adding drama, excitement, and sometimes controversy to the music scene. What's the long-standing beef between Central C and Digga D about? To properly understand how the beef started, or what it really is about that has prolonged till now, let's take a brief analysis on both artists' biography. Before we proceed, kindly give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Although there has been no widely reported or directly outlined beef between Central C and Digga D, two prominent figures in the UK drill and rap.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say this is like one of them like bloody beefs, like proper street beef, but yeah, it's still beef, man.
At music scenes, both artists have been making waves in the British music industry, but there hadn't been any highly publicized disputes or conflicts between them. Central C, whose real name is Kyrell Gomez, is a British rapper and songwriter. He was born in Ladbroke Grove, but later moved just a short 5-minute journey away to Shepherd's Bush. Both of them attended Chelsea Academy until Digga was expelled in the 8th year, back in 2015. Central C initially worked at a shoe shop, but eventually resorted to selling drugs. He began his music career with a street heat freestyle, and even collaborated with J Hus. He gained recognition for his distinctive style and storytelling lyrics. Some of his notable tracks, up to that point, included Commitment Issues and Loading. Central C was praised for his lyrical ability and the authenticity of his music. On the other hand, Digga
I'm not sure about that, to be honest, but sure.
Central C was praised for his lyrical ability and the authenticity of his music. On the other hand, Digga D, whose real name is Rice Herbert, is another well-known figure in the UK drill scene. He also hails from Ladbroke Grove in West London, an area known for its affluence, yet ironically, it boasts the second highest crime rate in all of London. He became popular for tracks like No Diet and War. Digga D's music often depicted life in London and the challenges faced by young people in his community. He was also known for his legal issues and time spent in prison, which he addressed in his music. It's worth noting that in the music industry, conflicts or beefs between artists can arise for various reasons, including personal differences, competition for attention and success, or disagreements over artistic direction. Initially, Ladbroke Grove and Shepherd's Bush were part of the same gang, known as 916. However, internal conflicts led to their separation. Digga D and the Ladbroke Grove members formed their own group called 1011, while Shepherd's Bush divided into.
I would like to know when this happened though, because he isn't really mentioning like how long ago they separated and all of that.
D and the Ladbroke Grove members formed their own group called 1011.
But yeah, 1011's obviously been around since the start of drill, so it's at least around like 2016, 17, I'm guessing. Probably earlier than that.
Shepherd's Bush divided into 12 World and 12 Anti. Although,
yeah, 12 World was decent back when it started still. But yeah, I haven't heard from those guys in a long time.
Central C had a friendly relationship with 12 Anti. He was not a gang member like Digga. 1011 gained rapid fame in the music industry due to their unfiltered lyrics, even making controversial references to the death of T-Wiz, who was killed by
R.I.P. man.
Rainer's Lane, allies of 1011. T-Rose, despite being a murder case, faced a retaliatory attack in Telford. In November 2017, 1011 encountered legal issues when they were apprehended with weapons in a car. This resulted in all 5 members receiving sentences for conspiracy to commit violent disorder. Digga D served the year in a detention unit because he was only 17 at the time. The police ordered the removal of their videos from YouTube and imposed a criminal behavior order, prohibiting them from mentioning gangs and postcodes in their music. As a response, they rebranded from 1011 to CGM. In November 2018, Central C began making a name for himself in the music scene. In January 2019, he and his brother were confronted by Digga D and another individual, resulting in the alleged stabbing of his brother. Both were arrested but released due to insufficient evidence. In January 2019, Digga D and 2 other members of 1011, CG
That's the part I've heard about, his brother getting stabbed.
Sufficient evidence. In January 2019, Digga D and 2 other members of 1011 CGM were arrested after a clash with their rivals. Digga was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison, but he had just released his album, which helped him maintain his popularity during his absence. While in prison, he was stabbed in the eye, leaving him partially blind. Digga was released in May 2020, and that was when he released the song, Boy. Meanwhile, Central C gained fame on TikTok with tracks like Day in the Life, Loading, Commitment Issues, and Obsessed With You. He also collaborated with Fredo, with whom Digga had a dispute. Since then, there's been taunts and responses, with Digga D alluding to the situation involving Central C's brother in unreleased music. Central C also mentioned Digga's ex.
Yeah, because I can't really think of a time where he's mentioned that. Like, it's not something he mentions like in every song. It's usually more about the more serious beefs, like with Fredo and HRB and yeah, those other gangs they're beefing.
Involving Central C's brother in unreleased music. Central C also mentioned Digga's ex in the song Beginning of the End. So in the drill music scene of 2022, Central C and Digga D really stood out as the top prospects. You know, it seemed like they were getting along, but things took a turn in this past year. There have been some rumors of them taking shots at each other and throwing some indirect taunts. So let's dig into their whole backstory and break down what I've learned over the past couple of years, shall we?
Digga D scored a #1 with his latest project, Naughty by Nature. Central C also recently scored his first ever UK #1 album with 23.
Digga D recently celebrated a significant achievement, securing the #1 spot with his latest project.
Like, to be honest, I wouldn't say Central C is like known for like lyrical ability or stuff like that. I mean, he does have his earlier songs were good in my opinion. Like one I can remember, I think it was his Mad About Bars that I did like. That was pretty early on. But other than that, it's mostly like TikTok songs and that type of stuff in my opinion, man.
Naughty by Nature.
And Digga is more like, yeah, just known as the mad guy, like just rapping about crazy stuff, man. So I would say they're not even close to similar, but yeah, he didn't say that either.
Notably, Central C also joined the ranks of UK chart toppers with his album 23. However, what's intriguing is that during Digga D's promotional campaign for Naughty by Nature, an incident occurred that stirred the music industry's chatter. In the heart of Shepherd's Bush, a billboard intended for promoting Digga D's project was defaced and transformed from Naughty by Nature to 23.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that, I think.
This act of vandalism prompted speculation about potential.
But that could just be Central C fans or something as well, so I wouldn't say that was that deep.
Rivalry between Digga D and Central C, with some suggesting that someone from Central C's circle may not have appreciated Digga D's presence in that advertising space. The situation took a social media turn when Digga D posted a TikTok video addressing the billboard.
Damn, vandalizing a billboard instead of actually gliding, yeah.
Incident. He hinted that someone close to Central C might have taken a photo of the defaced billboard, but clarified that they were not responsible for the alteration, adding fuel to the fire. Central C's manager weighed in on the matter, expressing frustration with the current state of collaborations among UK rappers. He criticized the prevailing.
Everyone's seen people make international dances. Yeah, I would agree with some of that. Follow up, no proper promotion, no real relationships. Yeah, that's true. With some of them, it has felt like that still.
Trend where artists rush to create joint tracks without a well thought.
But also, I wouldn't say Central C is about like making good music, so I don't know. That's my opinion though.
Out strategy, adequate follow-up, or effective promotion. This commentary led some to speculate that it might be a veiled critique aimed at Digga D, who had been actively collaborating with American artists. However, it could also be a broader critique of the music industry's focus on being the first to achieve something, rather than making genuinely compelling music. In a revealing interview with AJ Tracy, he delved into the journeys of both Digga D and Central C, shedding light on their shared background. They hail from an area that at first glance may appear affluent, but beneath the surface, stark disparities exist. In their neighborhood, some families possess luxury items, like Rolex watches, while others struggle to pay basic bills. For Digga D and Central C,
yeah, I've heard that about West still. That yeah, it looks good, but there's still the hood. So, and it's just like a couple blocks apart or something like that. So yeah, that's a bit mad.
like Rolex watches, while others struggle to pay basic bills. For Digga D and Central C, this socio-economic backdrop became a powerful motivator, driving them to work tirelessly and achieve their current success. While there's certainly hope for Digga D and Central C to continue making waves in the American music scene and gain further prominence in Europe, the possibility of them collaborating remains clouded in uncertainty. The reason lies in the often tumultuous and competitive nature of the rap industry. Personal conflicts and rivalries among artists can frequently take precedence over potential collaborative projects, a phenomenon seen time and time again in the history of hip-hop. In essence, the notion of Digga D and Central C taking over the American music market, establishing themselves in Europe, and eventually coming together for a collaborative effort is rife with challenges, primarily due to their environment and the potential presence of unresolved conflicts. In the world of rap, though, personal feuds tend to overshadow collaborative opportunities, making it a complex and unpredictable landscape for artists. The beef seems to be bigger than the artists themselves.
Yeah, especially in the UK, man, it's mad. Like you see, there's so many sick collaborations you could see if there wasn't beef involved, man.
As there's been a rub-off on fans amidst many others. All these prompts to talk about UK music. The creativity of UK music is like an ever-expanding mix of sound and innovation, painting a vibrant tapestry that stretches across genres, generations, and emotions. Imagine taking a stroll through the bustling streets of London, where the very air seems to hum with musical inspiration. One of the most remarkable aspects of UK music is its ability to reinvent itself. It's like a chameleon, effortlessly adapting to the cultural climate. From the swinging 60s, when psychedelic rock ruled the airwaves, to the neon-soaked 80s, which birthed the synth-driven new wave movement. The UK's music scene has always been at the cutting edge of transformation. Consider the impact of punk, a gritty, rebellious movement that erupted from the streets of London in the 70s. It wasn't just a genre, it was a cultural revolution. DIY ethics spiked hair, and a fierce independence collided to create a musical whirlwind that shattered conventions. Now picture the underground rave scene of the 90s, where warehouses transformed into pulsating temples of electronic dance music. The UK was ground zero for this euphoric revolution, with DJs and producers pushing the boundaries of what was possible with beats and synths, setting the stage for global EDM dominance. The diversity of UK music is like a patchwork quilt of influences. Caribbean rhythms mingle with African beats, and the blues find solace in English folk tunes. This cultural fusion has birthed genres like reggae, ska, and trip-hop, making the UK a sonic melting pot. And let's not forget about the lyrical prowess of UK songwriters, whether it's crafting tales of urban life, heartbreak, or social commentary. British lyricists have an uncanny ability to capture the essence of the human experience in words that
Yeah, man, the UK does have some sick lyricists, man, like Avelino and those guys.
resonate with souls worldwide. As the story of Digga D and Central C's rising prominence continues to unfold, the music industry remains captivated by the potential for these two artists to make an indelible mark on both sides of the Atlantic. Their journeys, which began in a neighborhood marked by stark economic disparities, mirror the determination and resilience that countless artists have shown while navigating their way to success. Digga D, who has evolved from relative obscurity to one of the UK's most prominent drill rappers, has not only expanded his influence, but also ventured into collaborations with American artists. This strategic move has not only broadened his reach, but has sparked conversations about the globalization of hip-hop. However, amidst the rise of stardom, questions linger about whether such collaborations are more about claiming first rather than creating authentic, impactful music.
Yeah, I get that with some of them, like I said.
Central C, on the other hand,
But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't feel like that's what Digga D's been doing, really, though. I can see it being said about, like, other songs. Like, who was it? Like, Fivio Foreign was on a song with, like, M24 and some other guys and stuff. Like, that was just, like... Sure, it's cool to see him on a UK song, but... I mean, you can tell there didn't really seem to be like a relationship or anything. It just seemed like a kind of like a label move, if you get what I mean. So yeah, I get it.
Has had an equally remarkable journey. Going from an unknown artist to a superstar with intentional recognition, he has found himself mingling with the likes of Drake and Digga D in exclusive parties around the world. Yet,
He's been mingling with the likes of Drake and Digga D. I don't think he's been mingling with Digga D.
Found himself mingling with the likes of Drake and Digga D in exclusive parties around the world. Yet, it's important to note that the world of rap has its complexities. Rivalry often transcends artistic collaborations. While fans continue to hold out hope for a monumental collaboration between these two artists, the reality is that rap's history is fraught with beefs and rivalries that often overshadow any potential partnerships. In an industry where personal issues and grudges can run deep, artists may hesitate to put aside their differences for the sake of collaboration. In the end, the future remains uncertain, and the story of Digga D and Central C is being written. While the prospect of them taking over the American music scene and collaborating seems challenging, the allure of their music and the shared experiences of their upbringing may eventually bridge the divide. Whether though a groundbreaking collaboration or a continued individual ascent, these two artists are poised to leave an indelible mark on the global music landscape, keeping fans and industry insiders eagerly anticipating what comes next. Feel free to leave a comment.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man, this video was a lot of rambling. Like all that talk about like British music in the history and all of that stuff, it wasn't really relevant in my opinion, man. But yeah, I guess we learned a little bit more. But yeah, it wasn't a lot I learned from this video, I'm not gonna lie, man. But what I would say, like, don't take it as me hating on Central C, because obviously he's doing great. Everything is, obviously it's his formula is working. But I wouldn't really say that what he's doing is like, oh, trying to make the best possible music. I would say his whole rise to the level he is more about marketing than anything else, man. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.